Live, local, now. This is the news at Daybreak.
Several restaurants in our community say they understand the devastation in Puerto Rico and they're stepping up to help bring supplies to the region.
He didn't plan this for 35 years. He didn't plan this for 35 years.
Well, the brother of the Las Vegas Massacre gunman is talking about the kind of person that Stephen Paddock was. Just like everyone else, he wants to know why his brother gunned down dozens of innocent people.
Well, right now we are tracking a crash on Gulfstream Road. You can see that behind us. This is causing some serious backups.
And you can see that we have our Jamie Casino traffic tracker there on the scene. Alexandra O'Neill has the very latest developments in the First Alert Traffic Center.
Yeah, guys, that's right. This wreck happened this morning around 4:45 a.m. And
let's take a look right now at Las Vegas, where another person has died from their injuries in this week's massacre.
However, the death toll still remains at 59 because the coroner previously brought it down by one. No details about the most recent death have been released at this time. President Donald Trump and the First Lady will travel to that city today.
And breaking overnight, the girlfriend of the gunman behind the mass shooting has arrived in the United States. Mary Lou Danley arrived at Los Angeles International Airport, accompanied by the FBI. She is once again listed as a person of interest in the investigation.
We're also learning that she arrived in the Philippines nearly a week before the attack. She was there while Stephen Paddock sprayed bullets down on concert goers from the 32nd floor of the Mandalay Bay Resort. Danley flew to the Philippines on September 25th on a flight from Hong Kong. Filipino immigration authorities say they have been cooperating with U.S. federal officials. Well, new images are also being released of what police found in the moments after Stephen Paddock took his own life.
We do want to warn you, some of these images are graphic for viewers. Also, once police made their way into the gunman's hotel room, they found Paddock dead on the floor, surrounded by used ammunition. They also say he set up cameras inside and outside of his Las Vegas suite, including in the door's peephole so he could see down the hall. Now, leading up to the shooting, Paddock transferred $100,000 to the Philippines. Police still don't know what caused him to carry out the deadliest mass shooting in U.S. history.
Well, we're also getting new video from the Las Vegas Metro Police Department showing body cam footage of officers on duty running into the danger during that mass shooting. Tasia Reed is following the story from the live desk. Tasia?
Well, that's right. We're going to show you that video in just 1 second, and it shows those officers hunkering down behind a wall near the Mandalay Bay Resort. Take a listen.
Everybody stay down. Stay down. Where's it at? North of the Mandalay Bay. It's coming out of a window.
So in the video, you can see they're trying to figure out where those shots were coming from. It's showing these officers hunkering down, telling people to get down. They're trying to figure out where those rounds are coming from. At one point, you see them hunkering down next to a patrol vehicle on Las Vegas Boulevard, running into the action.
Well, the brother of Stephen Paddock is once again talking about the man that he thought he knew. Eric Paddock told reporters outside his Orlando home that he couldn't understand why his brother would open fire on thousands of people. He says Paddock was not insane, describing him as a highly intelligent and successful person. He believes something must have happened that caused him to snap.
There was something that happened to Steve that I'm not even trying to excuse anything, but something happened that drove him into the pit of hell.
He went on to say that he wants investigators to find answers to Stephen Paddock's actions.
Well, vigils were held across the city to remember the victims of the attack. A solidarity vigil was held in Orlando. Candles were lit and church bells rang 59 times, each one representing all those who died. Now, meanwhile, students at UNLV gathered at the amphitheater on campus. The vigil included several minutes of silence.
Well, that attack happened while singer Jason Aldean was performing on stage at the Route 91 Harvest Music Festival. The singer took to Instagram calling for unity and peace. He posted his condolences with an image reading, "Pray for Las Vegas." He also described his emotions, which included anger, heartache, and compassion. He went on to say that at the end of the day, we are all Americans.
And a reminder, you can head over to WTOC.com for more information about the investigation into what caused the shooting. The website has several images showing the aftermath of the attack, as well as how people are remembering those who lost their lives. And President Trump traveled to Puerto Rico yesterday to meet with officials and victims of Hurricane Maria. The president talked with those who lost everything. He also attended a meeting with first responders and local officials. That meeting included the mayor of San Juan, who initially criticized the administration for its portrayal of the relief efforts. Now, during the president's visit, she actually shook his hand.
I truly believe that they finally saw the connection or the disconnect between what they were hearing on the one hand and the reality of what is happening on the ground.
However, things weren't all rosy between them. The mayor also said the briefing was productive, but the tone of the president's remarks was not helpful. The president took an apparent swipe at her, saying Puerto Rico's governor was not playing politics.
Well, the crisis in Puerto Rico is far from over. Less than 7% of residents have power. Less than half the population has access to drinkable water, and telecommunications services are still down for the majority of that island. Meanwhile, businesses right here in the Coastal Empire are helping out in the relief efforts. This week, the Hispanic Heritage Club will be accepting monetary donations and items starting at 1 p.m. They'll be at JJ's Bar and Grill off East Oglethorpe Highway. Also, the owners of the Puerto Rico restaurant are accepting donations. Their location is off East Montgomery Crossroad in Savannah.
Well, we also know the owner of Chazito's Latin Cuisine is pitching in to help in the recovery process.
He's getting ready to send off his first shipment of donations. Jarvis Robertson is joining us live this morning from that restaurant location in Pooler. And Jarvis, we understand that this owner's effort really hits home for him.
Exactly, it does. Chaz Ortiz is actually a native of the island.
This is video from Southbridge, where residents are still waiting for things to be picked up. The county says that's because equipment is limited and so are resources. Crews are currently working 10-hour days, 6 days a week to remove debris. They hope to expedite the process over the next week.
And your Safe Touch Security First Alert Tropical Update this morning. One big focus, and that's Invest 90L, well down in the Caribbean. But we do have
the CEO of Wells Fargo was in the hot seat on Capitol Hill to discuss the bank's fake account scandal. One lawmaker confronted him, saying he should lose his job.